Hi, welcome to the fifth video from Lesson 4 Project Management. In the last video, we discovered the different phases or stages of software development, and we focused on the first two, which was the planning and the software requirements. Okay? Today, we are focusing on the other five phases, starting from the design and prototype. Okay. Before starting to know what's expected in the design and prototyping phases, we need to learn two key concepts. Okay, that we already mentioned in the previous videos. That it's two of the core concepts in web design or software design are UX and UE. UX stands for user experience, and this includes all of the flows, navigation, features, and movements that you are doing between different pages and how are you navigating the software. Okay? If it's usable, if it's easy to use, if you can understand how it works, okay, and if you are productive using it, if it's quick to operate, etc. All of this will be included in the user experience. Okay? Then user interface, it's more related with the visual and design and the appealing interface. If we are using the right colors and if it's beautifully designed, which typography are we using? How is the layout or the scheme where and the distribution of the elements on the screen? If it's a visual consistent or appealing, and what emotions it's the website or the software transmitting to us. Okay? And in prototyping, we have the process of building the first versions of the website or the software or the tool before starting development. Okay, so in the previous one, in the design, you can have like some sketch or some diagram in paper, and then you can create the wireframe. Okay, which is focused on simulating the layout ideas and some colors, typography, and the elements that are being included in the software, in the tool. And then the other concept, it's related to the user experience, which is the mockup. Okay? And the mockup is an interactive document which simulate how would be the website or the software. It's a quite good in fidelity version, that version, and you can test how it's going to move and to behavior that tool. Okay, so the main objective is to validate with the customer or the end users that that solution or that tool it's fitting what they have in mind. Okay, before starting developing and coding. Some tools that are broadly or commonly used for prototyping, it's Figma, Adobe XD, Adobe InVision, no, sorry, I don't know, InVision or InDesign, Sketch, Zeppelin, Canva, Framer, Axure, or Proto.io. Okay. Once we know how it's going to look, our solution or our software, and how it's going to interact, are going to be the interactions and the movements coming from the UX UE. It's time to start the software development phase. Okay, here it's a multidisciplinary project where we can identify 4 blocks or areas to develop. Okay, it's like some layers from front end, back end, database, and DevSecOps. Then the four areas which are part from the digital products. Now we are going to introduce what's included in front end, what's included in back end, what's a database and how we manage them. And then in the next video, we will see the DevSecOps. What does it mean and what it's included. So front end, it's everything that the user see and interact with inside a website. Okay. The main objective is to deliver a smooth, intuitive, and attractive user experience. And we need to develop responsive layouts. Responsive means that the tool or the software is adaptive to different devices and that the image is properly seen in the different devices that you are using. Okay, then we are inside front end, implement the user interaction and all of the animations. Okay. And also it ensure accessibility, different browsers compatibility in the case of web applications, and also that we can integrate front end with the back end via APIs. Okay. The most famous or most commonly used technologies here are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And we use frameworks which are solutions that make easier for the developer to create code or to create the software, in this case from front end. Some of the most famous are Vue, React, or Angular in this case. Then the next layer is the backend, okay, where it's we are working on the server side of the software, and it's everything that you cannot see in a website, but it makes the software performs correctly. Okay, it's the databases, the backend logic, it's the APIs and integrations, how is the architecture of the code and the server, web servers or different servers that are included, how are they related and working, and the backends powers the front end. Okay, it's like the engine of the car. Okay, what you would see and drive would be the front end, but what powers the functionality is the back end. Okay, it's also include the business logic, the data processing features, the API development, the panels, the databases communication, the server, the authentication, authorization, everything. Okay, and here, like in the front end, we have several languages, and also we have frameworks that make it easier to code. Okay, so the most used languages in for backend from the tradition, they have been PHP and Java, but now Ruby, Python, or Node.js, they are increasing its popularity, and they are very interesting to learn both Ruby and Node.js and for sure Python. Okay? And also there is Meteor, which is less used but also commonly well known. And regarding to the frameworks or that tools that allow you to easily or make it easier to code, we can use Laravel, Spring, Django, or Ruby on Rails. But now we think it's just called Rails and not Ruby on Rails. The next layer of the software development would be the database. Okay? Databases are collections of data, okay? And including words, numbers, images, files, videos, everything. Okay? And they are managed by a DBMS, which is a database management system to store, retrieve, and edit the data. Okay, and data it's key, as you know. Um, Informatics come from information and automation, and the element related to information is data. Okay, so this is a critical element that allow us to connect front end, back end, and exchange information or data between different softwares or applications, and also process them, extract conclusions, insights, to generate statistics, reports. Everything is related to data. Okay. There are two main types of databases. There are several classifications and typologies of databases, but in our case, we are just focusing in this classification, which is relational and non-relational. Okay, relational, it's SQL, structured query language for data manipulation, and it's organized into structured tables with rows and columns. It's suitable for applications that need consistency and complex queries. The most used it's MySQL and also SQL Server, but we can also have two more examples with Oracle database and also PostgreSQL. And regarding to non-relational NoSQL, one of the trendiest or most used now is MongoDB, also CouchDB, and then we have Apache Cassandra. And a non-relational database, it's more flexible and it can process unstructured or semi-structured data. In comparison to the relational SQL database, which just can work with structured tables with rows and columns, with non-relational or NoSQL, we can use several data models from different sources, both structured and unstructured and semi-structured data, and they used to be quicker to work and to operate, so they are more agile and scalable than the SQL solutions. But the consistency and it's sometimes is not that good than using a relational SQL. In the future, in the third lesson, no, sorry, in the third module, which is about big data, we will dive deeper into databases and how information is processed and shared and integrated, and how to generate insights from data sources. So that's it for today. Next, see you in the next video.